Hello ladies and gentlemen, Sequel of Grim here and welcome to another video. I personally think that soul rate specific artifacts are becoming a really pay to win feature, and in this video we're going to go into why I think that and how it can be fixed, because over here we don't just identify problems and cry about them, we also think of some ways that they could be fixed. So, first of all, let's get on with identifying why, and also let me know what your opinion on this in the comments down below, and if you enjoyed the video make sure you subscribe. So the story artifacts started with Dawn of Apocalypse. First up we got the Azure artifacts. Azure artifacts were very well implemented. They had chests you can get them from, and they dropped from league rates, so you could get that reward on and on again. There's people who had terrible luck and didn't get All Blades for like 1 year after it released. But that's just terrible luck, and there were people who constantly got All Blades. Like the average of getting All Blades, which is the best Azure artifact, was like 1 every month or 1 every 2 months, the average. You could get crazy lucky, like me, who got 4 All Blades in 1 week lately, even though I don't really need them anymore. But not in 1 week, like in 1 month. And there's people who just don't get them. But overall it was a balanced experience, and they also used to have a chest. So the Azure artifacts were fine. Then they released Dawn of Apocalypse. Dawn of Apocalypse was not really a pay-to-win mod, because you would get the firebox for free after completing it, and the firebox was the best artifact that was out of the new artifacts that got released. It was still very hard to max artifacts, and of course you could pay to max them out quicker, but you could get some materials from the chest, and also other artifacts dropped from the chest, and also from some lucky storage drops. But overall, Dawn of Apocalypse was a good experience. It at the same time gave all the players the opportunity to get the artifacts, but also gave you the possibility to get a little bit of a boost, get a little bit ahead by paying some money. And that's fine, because games need to make money at the end of the day. Dawn of Apocalypse handled it correctly. Then we had Rise of Krypton. Dawn of Apocalypse artifacts did no longer work there. We didn't have like normal rates and stories artifact. We have normal rates and some artifacts for each of the soul rates that provide passive bonuses. That was the first red flag over there. Then they got the chest out. They literally got the chest out of the way. They did not include the Rise of Krypton artifacts in the artifact chest. They just deleted the artifact chest out of existence. So the introduction of the Rise of Krypton artifacts marked the point where you couldn't get Dawn of Apocalypse artifacts from a chest that you would pay gems to get anymore. Boy, that sucked. That really sucked. Then we had the best the artifacts you could get for free from Rise of Krypton. That was the Kryptonite Spear, and that was a garbage artifact. I mean, not total garbage, but it was the 4th best or the 5th best out of the new artifacts compared to the Firebox. That was the best artifact out of the previous stories, and you would get for free. And we got Beta Club. That used to be the absolute best artifact in the game, and currently in the state that it's in right now, it's still definitely top 3 artifacts in the game, or top 4 artifacts in the game. That was an amazing artifact that would tremendously boost your progress, not only in Rise of Krypton, but also in Dawn of Apocalypse and in League Raids. And that thing, where do you get that thing at that point? You're like, oh, I want to get myself a Beta Club, but I am willing to spend money on the game. Can I buy chests to get it? No. Do I have a repeatable experience to get it? No. I can get lucky and get it from the Soul Raid rewards, but the Soul Raid rewards have something like a 0.2% chance or something like that to give you a Beta Club. They barely give you any artifacts that are not Azure artifacts. Like, so far, I've gone through, let's say, 20 tiers in total with both of my accounts. I think with only, bro, the maths are hard. The maths are definitely hard. Okay, so I went all the way to Heroic 3 on most soul raids on 2 accounts. So that's a lot of soul raid rewards. Only 5 times have I gotten artifacts that were not Azure artifacts, and most of them were garbage except one, that was the Dragon Staff. But other than that, all of them were garbage, so the chances are not there to actually give you artifacts from the story rewards. They're there in order for them to have an excuse do not call the other artifacts that are not the ones that you're guaranteed to get after completing the tier 5 of each tier. They're just an excuse to not say that they're a strictly pay to get feature. You might get very lucky and get yourself a beta club or a Sword of Salvation, but my boy, you're very lucky in the very privileged percentage of the player base, because 99% of the people get absolute garbage and will never see them. On top of that, they also made it so that the artifacts, the passive stats was played to the entire team. And you think, oh, that's amazing! You're going to be able to use all blades with another artifact on to buff your stats, and it's all gonna be all good. No, because they also made the sword harder and increased the health of the bosses. So it was not the difference that now you would get more tools to defeat the bosses in terms of attack and health. Now, in order to have the maximum potential and peak performance, as compared to previously only needing a level 10 fodder box you'd be getting for free anyway, now you need a level 10 beta club, good luck getting that, a level 10 LexCorp Warsuit, good luck getting that, and the level 10 Kryptonite Spear that you would get. So you need to upgrade to level 10 3 artifacts to have the best performance in that soul rate, and on top of all of that, 2 of them were almost impossible to get without spending money. So yeah, that's not great. And then we had the advent of Chaos that got introduced, and it honestly had the same problems as Rise of Krypton, because yet again, bonus is split, the free artifact is garbage compared to other artifacts, still no artifact chest, and just same problems as Rise of Krypton. And keep in mind that Dawn of Apocalypse released a small number of artifacts. And out of all the artifacts, even though you could categorize them into very good artifacts and less good artifacts, all of them had a purpose, all of them were useful in some place, all of them did something good. With Rise of Krypton and Advent of Chaos, they released so many artifacts with so many filler garbage artifacts. Like in Dawn of Apocalypse, you could see for every single artifact could see a purpose. This is for this is good at this is good at this is good at this. With the new artifacts, you'd get absolute garbage that you could see it's just the downgraded version of a previous artifact. It had low passive bonuses that it would give in that specific soul rates. It was just there for the sake of being there, for the sake that if by any chance you drop a soul rate artifact specific thing from rewards, it'll be a bad one. And at the same time, to also screw over people who are willing to pay real money for it, because there were a lot of bad drops if you would buy artifact bundles because of the abundance of garbage artifacts that they introduced. So yeah, this is where we're sitting at with the artifacts. They also introduced artifacts reforges, but at this point, and that's a bad feature at this point. I mean, if you have access to it, it's a pretty fun feature, a pretty interesting feature, but that, as it is right now, it's a bad feature because very few players have access to it because they don't have artifact reforges. And they're unwilling to spend their gems for artifact reforges because there's a lot of things in this game you need to spend your gems for. Okay, so now how do we fix this? How do we fix this? There are a few ways. First up, make it so that only the first tier of each soul rate, the first tier 5 of each soul rate will drop the for a specific artifact like the fodder box or the spear, and then the next tiers after tier after heroic 1 and normal will drop a random artifact that is guaranteed to be a soul rate specific artifact, but is not necessarily that fixed spear. Because boy, I'm okay with 1 firebox, I'm very great with 2 firebox, that's actually useful. I'm fine with 3 firebox, but what am I gonna do with the 4th firebox? What am I gonna do with the 2nd spear? That's just gonna be automatically shattered. It has no mean. The fact that there's a spear, Rise Krypton Spear, has no meaning after Heroic 1 or Heroic 2 for some people, because that's not a spear anymore. I have no use for that many spears. That's literally giving me a few more materials, and not even that many materials when you shatter it. So you can make it that every tier 5 gives a different artifact or random artifact. At the same time, they could like add a chance for them to drop from league rates in tier 7 and tier 8, and don't make it a great chance for them to drop. Make it like as rare as they drop in soul rates, because that will still be fine, because league raids are a repeatable experience, and yes, I know soul raids are also a repeatable experience, because if you reach tier 7, you can farm tier 7 on and on again, and it just resets. But in order to get all the way there, it will take a very long time, very strong artifacts, and the frequency of rewards you will get will be very, very slow. Also, they could do a free reroll for every artifact in your roster, as they do with talents, with the bonuses every single day. Bring back the artifact chest, that'll be very, very nice. And yeah, that's the problem that I have identified, and those are the solutions to kind of make it better. I try to like not give everything to everybody with my solution and give everything, just put everything on the table. Take them, beta clubs for everybody, because yet again, it's a game, a mobile game, and it needs to make money to function. But I think the way I propose things would be a far better way to proceed forward. But yeah, all that being said, let me know down in the comments what you think about this issue. And all that being said, subscribe if you enjoyed the content, and I'll see you all in the next one. Goodbye!